There are those moments where you wake up and things are not working. You feel things are not falling in place. But I believe as you grow up, you understand that it is normal. It happens every time. You have to fight it. You sleep, you wake up, tomorrow you start again. Yes.
Hey, good people, how are you doing today? It's a brand new day, it's a brand new week. Oh my goodness, I'm excited to have you back on the podcast. Keep subscribing, keep liking, keep asking your people to follow. Let us grow this amazing community together. Entrepreneurs of Diaries of an Entrepreneur. Wow. Yes, welcome to this podcast, Diaries of an Entrepreneur, where we get to meet different people. They get to tell us how have they made it in this journey that is crazy. Most people say that it's a chaotic journey. Others say it's a journey of learning and unlearning. And that's why we are here to share stories, to listen from different people, to see how have they made it, where have they failed, what are the challenges, what made them succeed. And I'm sure you'd want to hang around because you'd want to learn a thing or two. So today we have we have an amazing guest in-house. She's called Rosette. Rosette is a fashion designer, yes. Have you ever seen a tailor who has made it and they're successful? I have one in the house today, and she's going to tell us a story. How did she start out? Was she born a tailor? Did she just wake up and magic happened? Did she go to school to start? Like the story is going to be so short, so long, but with a lot of information to learn from. Rosette, you're welcome to the podcast, Diaries of an Entrepreneur.
Oh, it's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
You're excited to give us the gist.
Oh, yes. I'm so excited and I'm so grateful that I'm here.
For someone who is watching, they would want to know, who is Rosette?
Oh, interesting. My name is Rosette Ninsima. I'm a CEO at Joyous Apparel Company Limited, where we make outfits. We make clothes, corporate uniforms. We make customized outfits. We do labeling and branding. Everything. Yeah.
So if you're out there and you have a company, you have a school, you're looking to look good, please, I have the number, I have the plug. We shall share the number, we shall share the plug, and be sure to reach out to her because she has amazing work. So tell us, growing up, what did you want to be?
Wow, interesting. I really wanted to be a lawyer.
You wanted to be a lawyer? Yeah. Well, how did the story change?
I don't know. I think it's God's working. Growing up, in school, you're doing literature and you call yourselves young lawyers. You're speaking the English. You're doing well in class and you're like, I'm going to be a lawyer. Everywhere in the compound, you're walking like a council. That is what I wanted to be in high school. That was my dream.
How does the story change?
Well, when I finished high school, we applied. I failed the aptitude. That was the first time they introduced aptitude for law. And I failed it because, anyway, I was from the village. They were asking general knowledge. We didn't even have the TV to be updated on what is happening. So that's how I failed the aptitude.
Village girl to town life.
Right? So the attitude was basically general knowledge, what is happening on TV. So someone is coming from the village, they have been digging in the holidays, and they're supposed to pass the aptitude like the town girls. I basically think that is what failed me. But also I think it was God's plan. God did not want me to be that. So when I failed the aptitude, I opted for another course. And of course, someone said, I think you performed so well. I think accounting and finance is a good course. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. That's how I changed the course. I didn't even know anything about accounting and finance.
But still you did accounting and finance, but still you're here tungamboye.
That is how crazy life can be.
That's how. So how do you end up becoming a tailor? And when you use the word tailor, yes, it's like more, I don't know,
Yeah,
She's
it's
a
more
fashion designer, but it's more tailoring work
practical,
and
yeah.
stuff
Yeah,
like that.
it's practical.
So how do you end up doing the kind of business that you're doing?
I think from childhood, I've been a hands-on person. I remember way back in high school, like children will bring their heads on you. Like, you know that I was in a single school where I would have hair. So everyone would come to you, put for me Kaswahili, you know that. So like I was that person who everyone would run to work on them, to work on their hair. So even when I finished, I was still in school. I remembered that I had a skill that I did to do. So during campus, I went somewhere, I perfected the braiding skill, and I started earning from it. I just had my mini salon whereby someone comes in my hostel, I wash their hair, I blow dry, something
So
like that.
while at campus, you
Yes.
are doing a salon business.
Oh yes.
Hey, how are you balancing that to school and salon and all this? How was that working out?
I was on evening program. And it was not that it was something that I was doing as the job, or I think it's something I liked. I wanted to do something, and I had the resources, I had the time, so it is something I wanted to do like outside the school routine. Yeah, that's what I did. So when I graduated and got a job, I got a job after graduating in accounting. I got an accounting job. I realized I was not able to practice the hair thing because it needs a whole day to work on someone's hair. So I was like, I think naturally I really wanted to do something. So then I sat myself down and I was like, what can you do now? So that is when the idea came. It's like, you can bake. You can bake.
So you leave the salon, you get into baking.
Yes, now there I was already working somewhere. Then I was like, okay, I think I need another skill. So I looked around. I got a place where they teach me baking. I would leave work at 6. I go for the bakery. I would come home at around 11 for learning. Yeah, so that's how I learned baking. So of course it doesn't take a lot of time, and even in the process of learning, you're doing. So when I started perfecting, I bought the equipment, the oven, and everything that is required. So like literally I would bake at night, go to work during the day. In the morning, wake up and ice and deliver, and then I go to work. And that's what I used to do.
Wait, Inga, that is not a fancy life to live.
I think I just
Side
hustle. I think there was something in me that wanted to do something tangible. Yes,
I wanted to do something more hands-on.
I think so, because it's not that I was struggling or what, but I felt I would get fulfillment after doing a cake, and I look at it and it came out I would feel so good. So I think it was in me that I wanted to do something tangible that I can look at and I say, yes, I made this.
Didn't that affect your performance at work? Because you're leaving work at 5. By 6, you're into a class of training. You're getting home at 11. Then you have to sleep. At times you have orders. Then in the morning you have to ice. What kind of effect did that have on at your workplace?
It did not affect my workplace because I was sleeping near my workplace. It was very near. And also when I stopped the learning, when I started baking, I had stopped the learning. So it was, and also as a beginner, you don't get overwhelmed with orders. They come in once in a while. So it was okay. It was not affecting my work at all. And even I would bring at work, come with, I've learned the cupcakes, I bring them to work. So I was loved at work because I was coming with something. Yeah.
So after the baking, you're still telling us the story?
Yes. So after the baking, that's when I met a beloved.
I fell in love.
Yes, I fell in love. I was swept off I fell in love. So after falling in love, I conceived. So after conceiving, I went on leave. I went on leave. So going on leave is how I stopped working. Because at the end of the day, I was like, I can bake. I have everything that I need to bake. Also because when I moved in, the distance from my workplace and where I was staying was very far, very far. Like you move from, let's say, Chureka and you're going to Entebbe Road. So, of course, I stayed working until I was almost due. So I looked at the point of leaving a very young child.
You're in lab and they take care of me.
You know, right? So that's how I decided, let me put in my leave and concentrate on the cake business. Yeah, so I sat down and started doing cake. And things were going not so bad. They were going just there. Until the relationship was not relationshipy.
The love was not loving anymore.
Not at all. So when the love was not loving anymore, that was like after a year. My daughter that was 1 year. I remember very well, we had just celebrated her first birthday. Love didn't happen the way we had planned. So I moved out and I had to move out with my equipment, my baking equipment. So after moving out, of course, when you fall in love, you want it to work. You don't.
Just has to work.
It has to work.
Yeah, you don't want to.
So that was the first fallout after counseling and all that. We reconciled, but now
became a good person. You're like, I'm here to back to love.
Oh yes, this thing has to work. So we reconciled. After reconciling, now the business was not there because.
So you had to pick a struggle.
Yeah, the equipments were not in the house anymore. I came back alone. As a good housewife, I sat down. So I had to pause business. That's how I ended up jobless, no business, no nothing to do. So it stayed for, of course, that was around 2019. I think when that whole year passed, the me in me couldn't allow being idle for a long time.
That's urge for you to work.
Yeah. So in the
housewife, then.
No, it was not for me. So in that idleness, I would think, what can I do? Of course, the provision was there, the internet was there. So I used the internet profitably. I woke up one day, I remember, because I had a diary, I remember it was April 20th. I decided I can do a tailoring course online. I went on YouTube, I downloaded all the relevant videos that are in line with that. I got my book, sat down and I started watching. Of course, learning something new at the start, you'll be looking like, what is this? It was not as easy. But I determined, I was like, I'm in school. Every day I put aside this particular time. I get my book properly. I sit. Of course, that is the time when the baby has slept, because I was at home with the baby alone. I go learn. Every day I would learn. I had a book, right? I was like a student like in school.
So that takes us back to mindset. What you put your mind on, you can really do and achieve. Because he didn't go to school. He's literally learned everything on YouTube.
So I sat down, YouTube, everything. So one time after learning, I saw a tutorial of making a baby's dress. So I was like, okay, I have learned. I didn't have anything. I didn't even know how it is going to work. I was just learning and writing in books. So this time I was like, let me get practical. I had an old shirt. I had a hand needle. So I looked at the dress, how it is made. Exactly whatever they tell me to do, I do. So I came up with the dress. I used the hand.
It's a real dress, or it was?
There is the first product. There is a picture of that. I actually have it. Yeah. So as long as there was a head, arms, it is a structure of something that someone can put on. Yeah, I had arrived. I was so excited. So it was a thing of, okay, this is possible. This is how they pull the gatherers. They are gathering just like this, and you have a structure of a dress. Yeah, I was so excited. Of course, you know how children be. My daughter was excited for me. So that is how my tailoring journey started. Yeah. So after some time, I asked my beloved to buy for me a sewing machine.
And plus, you're back in love.
I was in love.
Love at second chance.
Yeah, so he supported. He gave me, I of course had done all my research. A mini sewing machine was only 120. So he gave me the money. I bought the machine. Yeah, I became busy. All the shirts suffered.
Suffered it.
Everything
Growth
I
in the
would,
house was
everything I would land on. Wow. Old jeans, the old words, everything that was acting as if it's getting old. The bulesus, they suffered. Everything that I would land on. Really, I didn't really have access of the luxury of going out to buy things. So I used what was really available. The old jeans, old shirts, lesus.
Seeing opportunity in everything around you. Most people don't wait for the big things and they forget to see the opportunity in the things around them.
Yeah, that's true. So that's how I started growing. So after some time, of course, that was around 2020. After some time, I go out and I buy fabric. I buy a chitenje. Just let me tell you, I bought up to now I remember I bought that piece of chitenje at 140. Imagine a piece of chitenje is around 40 in town. I bought that.
Where did you get it from?
Just there on Nadia Chuatule, those shops there.
You see the place where you were in Nadia Chuatule, so what do you expect? You didn't go to GM, but
I went and bought that fabric at 140. And okay, they gave me money to buy what to put out, and I was like, it's my opportunity.
To launch my business.
So I went bought 6 yards at 140 Uganda shillings. So I was like, let's do it. Okay, the sponsor was not happy. It's like, you're using all that money for that. I was like, I was confident because I'd done a lot of practice and I wanted to see it come to life. So I went home, cut my draft properly. The dress, it was supposed to be a dress. So now I was in the middle of stitching, like a mini machine broke down. Because those machines are like plastic, they are just for small things. So like a machine broke down. After I broke down, I went to the neighborhood. I had all my pieces gathered. They helped me complete the work. But I was almost done, yeah, they helped me complete the work. So when I finished, I wore the dress. I really made that piece for my daughter and mine. And oh my God, it was so beautiful. So, and all this time I had a friend, an old friend we've been O level, and then we were together at campus, Chambobo. For her, when she finished immediately, she went into fashion. Yeah, so she had, at that point, she was there for almost 5 years already. So I was like, you know what, Jen, this is what I made. I sent her pictures. Then I went and met her, and so she was, she was so happy for me. Do you know when someone is in business and they are making money, there is a way we feel bad about people who are not making money. Do you know that? So she was that person. So me, I was here excited, thinking, hey, I can do clothes for my children, for my family. And she's like, this is business. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, you can do something out of it.
Supportive friends we see.
Yeah, so of course, it tickled my mind, but I didn't pay so much attention to it. I went back home. Then now my machine was broken. I started looking for another machine. So I like doing a lot of research before doing something. I went online, I researched for a machine. Which machine do I need? What? So I got all the information I needed, and I knew I wanted in an industrial machine. This time the beloved did not support. He did. Maybe he didn't like the direction. I think it was
dream and the vision.
He didn't like the direction it was taking. Yeah, so I called my mother and she supported.
Oh, bless you, mommy.
Yeah, so my mother sent me money. I bought the sewing machine, an industrial one. Giant, heavy.
Here you are launching.
Yes, we are ready.
Big girl purchases.
Because I had already done the research, and yeah, that was the best machine. I bought it, and I bought it online. Just wait on Gigi, research. But a person, they delivered. So I had a baby in the
Oh,
house.
wait a moment. You buy things from Gigi. I don't trust Gigi at all.
I used it. That was I didn't have the luxury of moving out.
It has not gone there. I hear you loud and clear.
Yes. So
So
I didn't have
you took your pets.
Yeah, I didn't have the luxury of going out or window shopping because I had a baby. By that time, I didn't have a mate. So it was you to use what is available, take the risk if you must. So yeah, that's how I went to Gigi. And they delivered my machine and it was working so well. And now I started learning how to use this overspeeding machine. You know, it is like a big car. So I started learning how to use it on my own. So I continued with the projects inside. So that process, of course, I was married. I had conceived another child. Yeah, so I continued. So one time I had given birth. Then that other friend of mine came to see me at my home. So when she reached at home, she learned that I have an industrial sewing machine. I also have a big table because at home we had an office table which was there. And she told me, you have resources here. Why are you here? She told me, I don't even have an industrial machine. I use a small machine, but exactly. For you have this big table, you have this big machine, and you're keeping them inside. What are you doing? Meanwhile, you know, when you give back, people bring gifts. So I had some come on me.
And you ate that. Maybe they ate your money.
Yes, and I'm saving for them to replace. So I had some money. So she came in at that point when I had that money they had given me as a gift. So, of course, when she came, the machine was there. The table was there. Now I needed to move out because she told me you can move out. And she had seen the work I'm doing. You know, I think when you learn, you tend to perfect. Like,
that passion.
you want to bring it out so much better than even the people who are out there. So whatever I was doing, it was coming out like I already knew. Because I had, by that time, it was already, we are in 2021. I remember that's when I gave back to my second born. So the baby was around like 2 to 3 weeks. I moved out. I looked for a place.
Moved out of?
I moved out, so like
working from home.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I got
a location, a physical location.
I got a physical location.
Is money.
And yeah, it was not even enough. It was only around 400 that I had. So I moved out looking for a place. So when I was moving out, just opposite, I found someone who had a boutique. But you would literally see they are struggling. So I went to them and told them, can we sub-rent? Can we sub-rent and do this together? Because she told me she was renting 300 and I'm like, yeah, we can share that. So she agreed. So when she agreed, but of course we had to plan. When she agreed, I had to go to town and buy fabric. To launch, I bought fabric of around 200 and everything that I need. Vitenges, zippers, and all that. And I'd finished my packs. Remember, I have the other lady who's guiding me. And I'd finished my parts. Coming back to the girl, she told me after praying and all that, I'm leaving this business. Like the boutique, she's leaving everything for me.
So now instead of the
150,
the rent increased.
The rent is increasing. Wow, that was so much a challenge. So that lady, Jane, she really supported me. I went back to her and I'm like, now the plans are falling. She was so positive.
The launch is falling apart.
Yeah. She was so positive. She told me everything is possible. So we sat down, we brainstormed. At the end of the day, I was supposed to pay only rent for 1 month. So at the end of the day, I paid the rent for 1 month. I moved in, she moved out. And business started just like that.
But this takes us to love the story of commitment, that whatever you put your mind to and your thoughts to, you can actually achieve. Because we accept to say that you're self-taught tailor, fashion designer, right?
That was for the start. I'm still coming. So that was during COVID 2021. So we went into the second lockdown. So when we went into the second lockdown, that friend of mine who had a place also around Banda, and they did what? They asked her, her landlord asked her to do what? To move and they renovate. Yes. So when she is, of course, I was here having a bigger space. So she had to move into my space. Free
It was your
education.
time now.
Free education. So I had to get free training in everything else that I want.
What amazing.
That I
Lots in
wanted to
different
purpose.
ways.
Exactly. So you cannot excuse yourself. I believe that when you take the first step, the rest God can handle it. You cannot be there and you wait for the perfect condition.
No, there is no part.
I believe God is waiting for you to take that one step and he will guide the rest. So me, I went there and here is lockdown. Now the person who is a teacher has come to my space. I'm not paying them. Yeah, really. So by the time we finished all those lockdowns and all that, the little things I didn't know,
You had mastered them.
I had mastered them. Yeah, that is how my journey started. And by the time she left, the business was already going because already for her, she was already experienced and we kept on working. During lockdown, when others were sleeping, for us, we were working. And even the landlord exempted me from the rent because of lockdown.
No, your story is just a story of grace. Like things were just
Things were
working
just
out
working
and working out.
So in
and
that
working
lockdown,
out.
I was exempted from rent because it's a hostel. Students have gone, so where are you getting the money?
I get it.
Even the students are not being charged, so even us, the tenants, we are.
You're not being
But we didn't. We worked online. Actually, we made the most money that period because for us, we decided let's sell. We made clothes, posted them diligently because my friend had iPhone.
Wait, your friend had iPhone.
So we were doing clothes and creating the best
So your
content.
friends have iPhones.
Yeah, so we really sold in that lockdown. So it helped me to pick up so that by the time the lockdown was lifted, the business was standing on its own.
I think, at times we wait for the bigger support, but I think at times all we need is just one person to believe in you. And that one friend of yours just took their chances on you and they believed in you and believed in you. And actually God used them to make you what you are today.
Oh, yes.
Like God literally worked through them. Tell me about your first order.
The first order came in when I was still at home. When I was still
Was that
working.
a baby machine or
The bigger machine. When I was still at home with the bigger machine, my sister came. My sister came to see me, and it was towards December. It was towards December. I think she kind of wanted to support me, and she made an order whereby you're making a dress for your mother, for your auntie, for your sisters. She gave me.
She supported with love.
She really, really supported me. She wanted her dress. She wanted my mother's dress. She wanted our auntie's dress. Like she gave me the money and up order. Yeah. So after doing that order, I realized the profit was double. And that was, I was like,
Hey, this is eye-opening.
these things are possible. And actually I delivered that.
100%.
I think to her expectations, I surpassed her. She was taking a chance on me. She took a chance on me, but yeah, she was like, okay, this is possible. It has worked. So I delivered. So also now it gave me more excitement. I was like, okay, this is possible. I can actually take an order. Yeah, that was my very first order. Paid order.
Paid order.
Yeah.
Your daughter was taking
Free services, yeah. She was taking free things. So that was the first order I got that was paid. And also after she started recommending her friends and yeah.
So you talked about earlier on that at campus you did the salon business, then you did a bit of the cake business. And these are things that over time will close the chapters and then now you're thrown into this chapter. Talk about when closing those particular chapters, like that you sit down and you're like, salon today, Nedda, we are closing this chapter. Cake business today, you know what? Yeah. Tell me about that experience of letting go of a business, because when it's a business, we tend to get attached. To get engaged, it's so hard to let go. So in those moments when you've had to let go, or we start afresh, tell me how did that make you feel in that particular moment?
Okay, since my things are so much into skills, I Okay, the other places I didn't have a physical place that this is the location for Keiko, this is the location for hair. So it is something that goes out, that fades out gradually. Because I remember, like, even when I was still married, I would make my children's hair.
The love ended there.
I would make my children's hair. I would also plait my hair. I think it just fades
But
away.
I to grow.
Yeah, just
So you didn't feel the heart.
I didn't wake up and the guys, we are closing. We are no longer in business. Yeah, so I haven't really announced a closure for anything.
Just behind, working behind that scene.
Yes.
To come
So if I
and
can, I will do it. If I can't, I will recommend someone else. So I tell you, I'm booked up.
At that moment, you really wanted to give up. You're like, this thing here, it's going to kill me.
I believe everyone reaches those moments. Every time, like most times you wake up and you're like, I don't think this is for me. But as you keep growing, you understand that nothing comes easily. You just need to wake up and you say, this one, me and it, we are getting to the way, we are not
To the way to
yes. So it's a thing of there are those moments where you wake up and things are not working. You feel things are not falling in place. But I believe as you grow up, you understand that it is normal. It happens every time. You have to fight it. You sleep, you wake up, tomorrow you start again. Yes. Yeah.
Has your background had, times I feel like, if from where I come from, I either make it or make it, or also our background kinds of shapes the way we think about money and run businesses. Has your background, how you grew up, affected your current entrepreneurship journey?
A lot. I think so much because I grew up with, my father died when I was 2 years, so I was raised by a single mother. So a single mother, my mother works. My mother
She
respects.
supported you with money for a machine.
My mother
That means she has
respects
some
making money. That is her life. Those things of over what she doesn't know. She knows how to work. So I think given that background, I think that is why even with marriage, I couldn't settle with the fact of sitting down, waiting for everything to find you in one place. I think that's how it didn't settle with me because growing up, I've learned that even as little as you are, you have to work. And of course, the fact that she was not into office, so I would see you have to work with your energy, you have to work with your, I've seen her working. So I think it's a thing of, life is for working.
Given a chance to go back to employment, they're like, no, we have a job, we're giving you this, all those nice, but I don't think they're still nice jobs. But they tell him, oh, Rosette, we're giving you a job, we are paying this amount of figures and this, like they promise you even that. Would you run away from your baby to go and work, or you be like, I'm done with my baby?
I've had that opportunity.
Oh.
Yeah, I've had an opportunity where my ex-employer met me and he told me, would you come and work with us? Yeah. And at that point, I didn't have any money, but I have a baby. I know where I want to be. I know where I want my brand to go.
So your vision.
I know it's like, yes, I really want my brand to at one point come out. I know that the starting points are so bad, but if you neglect it and you get diverted, you may not see what you want to see. So he came to me and asked me if he can give me a job. And I told him, yes, you can give me a job, but a job I want is for me to produce for you aprons. And he gave me the job. He gave me the job. I refused the job of office and told him if he really wanted to support me, he should give me the job of me delivering for them because I knew what the services they needed, the products they needed. And he gave me the aprons job, and I made them for their company. Yeah.
So you feel like your vision cannot be bought at any price?
Not really. Right now, if there is any job I can do, it should be part-time. The job of sitting at office, 24, they did you 12 hours. Well, how many hours? I can't do.
Is business money your money? All your money is business money.
We are rising. We are rising. Okay, as you grow, you get all the information, you get all the knowledge. But now there comes a time of implementing. It is not as easy. But because I know the information, I try. I'm still growing.
You're still growing, eh? Yeah. You're in there. Today you eat, tomorrow you don't eat.
Yeah, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, work in progress.
I'm working on it. I really have the business accounts. Yeah.
That's business accounts. That's a very a good step.
Yeah, it's a good step. Yeah, I'm trying to apportion. Sometimes the apportionments work, sometimes they refuse. And since it's still a baby, you extend grace. But I'm still at that stage of extending grace. But I understand the principles and I'm working towards them.
What's your daily motivation?
My daily motivation is...
As a business owner.
Okay, my daily the thing that I have at heart is waking up and I'm helping people to get jobs. I really feel bad to find someone that they don't have a job. It's money they can't do anything. I'd be like, you can learn something. Okay, I'd be feeling like, why don't they come and learn? Because I'm always open to someone who would come and tell me, this is my position, I would love you to help me learn tailoring. I'm really, really open.
So do you have like a training school? Are you training like a training school?
I do train from my workshop. The school will come.
The school, but you're already training.
Right now I train a few people. Like I have 3 students at my workshop, but I also train at Harvest International School.
Yes, part-time, like you say.
That is part-time, but it's I'm training like so many students. I have like 40 students, so I'm training fashion as creativity.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I really love to.
How does it feel to? There's something exciting about passing down a skill. How does it feel each time you're passing down a skill?
Every time I see my student do something, I feel so good, and they are doing it, and it's coming out. You feel like even if you don't give me money.
So it's more of impact oriented over money.
Yeah, so much. And in the future, when I'm like 80, I want to wake up and look at brands that have started because of my students. Also want to see my brand, which is also there as a model, as an icon for other brands.
Do you have big brands? Do you have big plans for your brand?
Of course they are. They are coming. Just keep waiting.
Now, I'm asking the people watching, I'm hearing you talk about the future you have for your brand with so much love and passion. Eh? You know, most people when they're doing businesses, it's about today and tomorrow. Eh? They don't do it, okay? In childhood, they're getting it. Eh? They don't have that thing of when I'm 80. They don't look so much. They don't dream about the future. They only think about today. But seeing you talk about when I'm 80 and this, it shows that your brand has to make it. It either makes it or makes it like that. Yeah. You can hear that convincing thing in your...
So every decision we are taking today, we are not taking it for today. We are looking at tomorrow. What is the impact tomorrow?
Let's talk about, there's a person I love us in entrepreneurs. Religion, salvation, the Bible, God, the church. You're getting it? How does all this, as an entrepreneur, do you feel like it's so important for one when they're running a business to either be so rooted into the church? Can one run a business without Lord?
Okay. So me, when I was starting, when I was learning, every time I would go to do something, I would invite the Holy Spirit. I'd tell Holy Spirit, come and teach me. So I believe I would even whenever I would do something, I would be like, Holy Spirit, we made it. So
Holy Spirit, activate. It's my daughter. So
it's a thing of I cannot do anything on my own. I need that other person to help me. So also the thing that kept me going, especially at the start, there is a verse I always had which would tell me that do not get tired of doing the right thing. I'm just paraphrasing it, because at the right time, your work will be rewarded. I think it's in Chronicles, something like that. So I always anchor myself in the scripture to keep me grounded. Like, I don't think it is on my own. And also, I believe, you see those things of I want to be a lawyer, I want to be what? Jesus was laughing. He was there and he's like, he was there and he's laughing, really
He's laughing at you.
And also, I remember there was a time I had never gone into tailoring. I got a vision. Up to now, I sit there and I'm like, okay. Like when I see some doors opening, I'm like, God, okay. You see, when you get the vision at start, you don't understand what it means.
But the vision shall tarry at one point.
Yeah, but now you see this door opening and you're like, God, now things are, now the dots are connecting. The dots are connecting. So I believe God knew us even when we didn't know ourselves. We had our own plans, but for him, he set you aside long time ago. He knows exactly what you're going to do. So whatever we are doing, I don't believe it's for ourselves. It is that thing that God predestined that you're going to do. And it's for his glory, not for you. Because me, I wanted to be a lawyer. I don't know what I wanted to be.
Lawyers make clothes. What has been your best business moment?
Hey. Okay, one of my best business moments is, it's last year. Okay, what really excited me is that someone went on TikTok, got me, sent me a WhatsApp. We asked me to send an invoice. I sent an invoice with, of course, the TIN numbers and all that. They sent money on my account. I did the work. I sent the work. They sent the balance. I don't know them. It is a big company. And I was like, you mean there are opportunities like that? You mean someone can just, no recommendation,
By the way, that's the favor of God. And like you said, some doors open and you're like,
no,
but that can only be God.
Yes.
God's favor.
Like, that means there is more. There is more. Those things of like, I have to be recommended by so and so. And it was a whole company. It was actually a financial institution that wanted unicorns. And they wanted like 50. And I've never seen them because when we finished, they were busy. We sent them on board in Entebbe. I don't know them up to now.
Wow.
Like,
if social media is put to good use, you can get something out of it.
you can get something out of it.
For someone who is in a situation, they are lost. Because I feel like at one point you've been in a place where you were a bit lost and confused and you're like, what next? For a woman who is out there watching, it wouldn't even be a woman, it would be a man, and you're a bit lost and they don't know what to do. What would you tell them? What did you do? What pulled you out of that situation?
So one thing I can tell them is that there are opportunities everywhere. Just look around, start with what you have. Take that first step. Trust God, the rest will follow.
It shall become a thousand.
Yes, and a small one, a great nation. So you have to take the first step. The rest will fall in place. There are so many resources. You can always learn something from internet. We learned even before AI. Now there is AI. So now there is AI. Like literally, there are so many opportunities out there. All you need is consistency. You determine and you're like, I'm going to do this. Be consistent with it regardless. Because you see me here along the way. My dear mother would ask me, like even like before, people would come to my mother like, like they really feel that
the example.
They really feel that you're not doing the right thing, but you have to stand on your ground. So me, I think I reached a point where I used to love buying machines. So one time my mother came to the workshop and was like, sell all these things, get a shop. But me, I had a vision.
Only you has that vision.
Yes. So also you have to stand on your ground. Well-meaning people will advise you. But
at times the intentions are right. They wish you so well.
They wish you so well.
Innocently.
Yeah.
Like man is like, this is money, that is money. If only my daughter can sail. This is capital sitting here. She does not get the vision. Actually.
Yes, but me, I know where I'm going. I see my vision, and when I look at it, it's so
It
clear
scares
that
you also.
that I don't want any distraction. If I see you distracting me, I see first wait. So
Has mommy come around? Is she supportive? Is she understanding your vision, or she's here to understand?
yeah, now she understands and she supports every time. Yeah, of course now every time I go home I have something new for her. So and the consistency now it makes her be like, okay, not everything is bad.
She's starting to really appreciate come around. She's appreciating. I
Appreciating.
think that we are our parents. I think the current parents we understand it. But our parents, man, I took you to school and you don't have a job. Like we had to do jobs and do jobs and do jobs. And I don't think the end goal is really, they don't get this thing where we are trying to do. And yeah, we are trying to be creative, innovative, but I think eventually they are starting to come around and understand that actually there is money here, there is a future here. What is the future for Joyous? That one, I don't know what you mentioned the word.
The future is so bright. The future, when I look at the future, I see, what do I see? Like when I look at 20 years from now, I see a very established brand with its location. I see different departments, the training, the bridal section, the fabric section. So I see everything. I see us exporting. I see us importing materials. I see us exporting products. I see a very beautiful picture. I see my children working in their departments, like, yeah, you don't necessarily need to be a tailor. You can be a financial, you can be a what. So I see something that people are working. There are thousands and thousands of employees. Everyone, like, I really see something big, and it's coming.
It's coming, it's coming. We
Yeah.
see you, we see you, we see you, we see you, we see you.
Yeah.
What pushes you on your hardest days?
On my hardest days, what really pushes me? But do I even have an option? I don't really have so much options. Yeah,
I know
mean,
Plemenako.
I
Hard
know-
days, bring it on. Simple days.
yeah, sometimes I just like, okay, today has really refused. Let's first sleep. We shall begin from there tomorrow. But I know we shall begin from there. There is nothing like we are looking for other options. The options have to be in that lane.
You have mentors.
Oh, talk about it, yes. And so one of my mentors is right here.
I didn't see that, Carrie.
So I really I'm someone who loves knowledge, so much knowledge. I love knowledge. If you tell me they are giving knowledge somewhere, even if I can't afford, I'll peep in the window to see what are they saying. Is it applicable? So I really love knowledge. I'm in so many mentorship spaces, so many. Like at our church, we have so much. Like we have Director Grace who helps us with DLA. I've been to the space of Coach Bahati. I have so many spaces. Every time there is knowledge, is space. Because I have a big vision. I don't even know
You
myself.
don't have mentors.
So I want to go near those who have reached there. I want to go near those who are at my level. Like I want mentors at every stage. Like, yeah, because if you go to the mentor who has already reached, sometimes you'll be like, when will I get there? But so I have mentors at every stage. There are these ones where we are in the same level. There are these ones who are slightly ahead of me. I'm in every space where I know I can get knowledge that is in line. Also, there is one thing I've learned. When you're looking for spaces, you don't have to allow to be diverted. There are spaces which can divert you.
Exactly. Like they don't tarry with your values and
Yeah.
decisions.
So if you go in a space, pick that thing that is working with you. You can ignore the rest if it's not working with you, but pick that will push you to where you want to be and continue. Get another one. So one mentor cannot cover you 360.
It cannot. There are 6 aspects of life.
Yeah.
So you can't have one mentor.
Yeah, but they will help one thing and you jump with it. You get another one, they help with another thing, you jump with it. Like that. Mentors are really, really.
How has that shaped you being in different mentorships, Kaitsos?
Right now, there are things I haven't done, but I know when I get there, this is how they are supposed to be done. So even in the beginning, when I'm making decisions, I know the direction I'm supposed to take. So also it gives you a little bit of confidence. It also helps you not to waste a lot of time figuring things out on your own. Yes, like people have walked that journey. You want to go there and someone went there before you. So they tell you this is the show, this is what I skipped, this is what I faced, this is how I went over it. You also know what to do.
All right, Rosette. We can talk until tomorrow. Thank you so much for allowing me to come to this podcast, Diaries of an Entrepreneur. If you've not learned anything, man, I really feel pity for you. The lady sat down and literally taught herself how to become you guys. And you're there putting your hands, carrying hands like this, waiting for magic to happen. No, she's a real example of it is possible. Once you commit to it, once you put your mind to it, you can actually achieve it. I hope you've learned so much from this podcast. I always give a chance to my guests to ask me a final, like I've been asking and asking, so just ask me one random question, anything random. It doesn't have to be anything random.
Anything I can ask you. Oh, one thing that attracts me, one thing that I like about you is how you relate with your children. How do you achieve that?
So, motherhood. To me, motherhood is a journey that I've chosen to be so intentional with. Unfortunately, my kids have me. It's either me or me. You know that those situations where you find yourself that you're the parent in the picture that you really have to raise your kids. And you wouldn't want them to wake up and how if daddy was here. You're getting those kind of situations. So I have to fully show up. Like it's a holiday, and the reason why I wanted to take leave was because I have my kids on holiday and I literally have to be present. So for me, I wouldn't want them to be caught in between of the love is not enough. Like I don't know if you understand it. A child is there, if money, man, singer, the person B was here, if my father was here, maybe things would be better, maybe things would be like that. We're getting engaged. I don't want to leave any gap, any room. So now it finds you. Then also what option, like you said, at times you're left with no option. You're getting it. Because I was telling someone, I'm like, I've unlocked, I have a preterm. And I was telling someone I've unlocked a level of parenting, like every level of parenting. When a child is young, it's different. I didn't know that being a mother to a teenager or a preteen is hard work.
Mercy. Don't scare
Conversations, like they are changing, they are turning into adults. And then there are some conversations you have to have. These days I put YouTube, I tell my daughter, come and we sit. I found amazing YouTube channels which teach kids how to turn into preteen, how to become teenagers, how to behave. So the other day in the morning, we woke up and they said we were doing yoga. So we are there trying to do yoga. In my head, I'm like, I do love yoga. That's, she had bought it on Boredom. Let's try this. And I'm there in the morning trying to, like, what have I been doing?
That's what I do.
You're getting it. But in my head, I remembered, I'm like, I've noticed something on YouTube. So now I bring her, we start watching the podcast together. And as we're watching, and she's saying, you see what cool girls do. And I'm looking at the full girls. We are watching something British. I'm an African mom. What am I watching? You're getting it. So parenting for me is ministry. God has given me those human beings to take care of them until the time we separate. At one point we have to separate. They have to do life. One day I will be born. They will be here alone. I'm raising someone's wife. I'm raising someone's husband. I'm raising a boss somewhere. And also may I have to raise tribute that I want them to be my friends. We are living in a world that is now pocket. So you're either friends with your child, you listen to them. If my child comes and it's like, Mommy, they bullied me at school. Even if it's in the middle of that time, I have no problem taking them out. I'm that intentional. I'm the parent who will be like, hey, when we wake up, we go and, that shall not say this. We wake up tomorrow, we go and have fun. Because there is more to life, like the whole idea of I have to listen to my kids. And the other people I still with. You are 3 human beings. So if I'm not present or loving them, when stuff. So for me, motherhood and parenting is full time.
So one thing I've noticed is how you're training them to do business. I really want that. I see the boys running. That I'm like,
I have a business proposal on my desk.
I say,
because I need 1 million. And no, the whole thing is, I'm a business person today because my father trained me. The skills I have, it's because my father trained me. And so I feel like I'm in a good space. And then I also feel like we're in the world, like you said. When you ask a child, what do you want to be? No, he's going to tell you, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a YouTuber. Like, things have changed over time. Engineer, doctor, what? You're getting it, right? So for me as a parent, it's a must. My daughter is if she wants to get a job of a chef, they will give her because I took her through that. Right now, she's in a school of purchasing, learning how to purchase. And I gave her my order. I told her, make me a laptop bag, I'll pay her 100K. Laptop bag is not 100K. But reliance. I need to just moderate her. Then I know after that she's going to go into hairdressing and skilling. So the more skills they have, my son's everywhere, AI, this and that, pudding. My son can still land now. The only problem is Buganda. You're getting it. But the ability for them to survive when even I'm long gone. If, God forbid, with long life, God will satisfy me. But if I'm not here anymore today, now they take your child to a certain home, and then they're trying to be nice and give him what they can afford. They shouldn't find it so hard. They tell like a child, cook food. A child is 10 and 11 and they can't cook food. Oh, you're mistreating me. But they're trying to be nice. They're the basics of life, but they can't do the basics of life because you didn't actually do what? Teach them. So for me, I feel like I'm training them for if I'm not here, but also for them to be able to survive tomorrow.
Wow, I've learned so much. I'm going to practice. The holiday has come. My daughters should get ready. They have to get some businesses out of them.
They have to pay, my kids have to pay school fees at campus for themselves. I will see that. Thank you so much, Rosette, for coming to us. Thank you for sharing the experience. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Guys, it's been amazing. This is Diaries of an Entrepreneur, where we get to meet different business people. They share their experiences, their stories. All I can ask you is to subscribe, share the link, ask someone to watch, send to your ancestors, your girlfriends, everyone. Share, your church members, share. Until next time, on the podcast, we have the lens doctor himself. If you're there, you have a function, you have a wedding, you want to do a podcast, we have the contacts. Inbox for the contact. The contact will be put below. And also we are going to put her contact below. She really does amazing work. You'd not want to look for any other tailor. I'm very sure that you need to reach out to her. And like she said, I mean, someone saw up on TikTok and they were motivated and they give her a big order. So why aren't you giving her your order?
Yes.
Until next time, bye-bye.